Okay, back to our Mexican twisters. Coming to the end of our little adventures here in Mexico around these mountainous roads and that. As you can see, I've done up here. Bum. Couple more left. I've just got this little section here from Hermsillo. There's one or two, maybe, here. Let's have a look further down south. That one could be alright. Probably finish off on that one. Let's see. I've done all round here, as you can see. There's this one here. It's just this little bit. And it's got a camera, so makes you think it might be nice. A nice view anyway. So maybe one or two. Looking, checking over the map. I don't know whether I'm on that. In fact, that one there, that looks quite good, doesn't it, that run? It doesn't end there, though. See, that's got a viewpoint. So, that, I have to go there. That's boring round there, doesn't it? So, we'll start here somewhere, go down here, up there, down there. And can I go like a circular there? No, I can't. So I'll probably go there, edit it and come back here or something. But anyway, for now, we're going on this little run here. So I've got to watch that. Sometimes I tap on it and reset it. So maybe a couple more runs. Annoyingly, I've just swapped these into a different playlist. ATS Mexican Roads and Hills or something like that, I've called it. And one of them I bloody deleted forever. And I don't know which one it was. Which is annoying. Could have been a real nice one, who knows. Anyway, as usual, I've got nothing on board. 30-foot flatbed. 7.5 hour run. 7:40 a.m. in the morning, so perfect. Gonna get it all in the daylight. There's Team Reformer, that's the map we're on. Again, I'm on my USB 18-speed shifter. With me Moser TWS race wheel. I've got the pedals, I've got the stalks. So a nice little setup. I do have the Quest 3 headset. Well, I couldn't get into it when I was in the cab, and that. And to be honest, I think it'd just be a million times better with 3 screens. Because they really are not what they make them out to be, unless you've got the fastest machine and the best headset and all that. The quality's not great. I've got a pretty fast machine and the Quest 3. And, it's never ever the same quality or gonna be as your screen. I've got a pretty good screen as well, like. And a lot of people get sick. I did. Bloody hell, when I first tried it, oh my god. Vomiting. But if you had the room, which I suppose I could make like room, I think hands down 3 big screens, even 32-inch. I've got 27 here, I think, or 25, kind of thing. Because they recommended it. Maybe 27 is it, can't think. But big screens, 32-inch, even bigger. seen a fella, you know, on YouTube, and he was saying, you know, it's not great on the bigger screens because they sort of recommend a certain size, and I can't remember, as I say, what it was. But yeah, triple monitor setup. You know, and if you get the ones that they sort of have a tape in between them, don't they? And they, you know, rather than just pushing them together. I don't know what it's called. I think that setup is probably your best setup, in my opinion. Otherwise, yeah, you know, you've got to have the Quest 3 to get in. You've got, I mean, I have got me router right by me. I haven't got an independent one that they sort of recognise and say to use. Sort of for the best setup, you know what I mean? And I can't go into godlike mode. I have to go to the one just slightly below it because of my graphics card. And it costs too much. Yeah. 3 bloody screens, that's your best bet. None of this arsing about with the goggles on, because the peripheral vision in the goggles is blurry. It just is. You know, it's not good. You have to move your head around to see things. You know, so a lot of these videos you see YouTube and they're saying gameplay, that's not what they're seeing. It's what they've recorded and saving it. It's not that. You know, it's, and you're thinking it's all this wonderfulness, and it's not. And they've usually have got like the very top graphics cards, thousands of pounds, playing in godlike mode, and a separate router, you know, Wi-Fi. Everything done to the nth degree to make it look like that. Yeah, so sometimes I used to play with them on, and I just have it like on a big screen. Because I also bought some other software, recommended again, you know. And because it's been that long, I can't think of the bloody names of them. God, no, can't think of the name of it. But it's recommended, you know, on YouTube a lot. You put it on your PC and it streams from your PC, you know, to your headset. And that's not bad. You can go into a big screen and that, but again, it's not as good as your dedicated gaming monitor, you know. But, you know, it's good that you feel like you're inside this cinema or what have you. You can have it gigantic, but I used to have like a small room. And then I had a lot of messing with Meta Quest software and getting the game on. These games anyway, they have to be, you know, made for VR. You can get VR versions, and it's just a load of messing. Anyway, up to now, sort of nice scenery, open roads. We're not enclosed in any mountains as yet. Just nice rolling hills. Well, you know, undulations and that. Yeah, it makes a massive difference. Yeah, because I've done this in a series and done a lot of them, and as I say, I've just got rid of one. I'll have to bloody find out and work out what it was and do it again. As I sort of covered all the roads. It'd be annoying if it was a real nice one. Yeah, I was moving them into a folder, like I say, ATS, Mexican roads and hills, what have you. And I put 2 instances of it, one of them files in there, and I just got rid of one. I said delete forever, but the freaking one next to it did as well. Ah, gutted. Anyway, nice open lane, nice and tidy. Tarmac needed mowing there. A little bit popping up through there. Yeah, and even this road's slightly different than all the others, you know. Yeah, so earlier on I went back on the highways. I usually travel, you know, quick travel to pick up these roads so I can record them and that. But I drove to, I don't know if it was this one actually, yeah, I think it was. On the straight long highways, you know, and it was like, oh god, boring. But right down, 100 odd mile an hour, you know. I really should use the G a lot more. Noisy though, innit? But that's what you would be doing in real life. I'll set the retarders right. Yeah, and this 18 speed shifter, AliExpress, 25 quid or something. And brilliant, got the brake as well. That was 25 quid. Great. Yeah, but it's so much better driving these American trucks with the 18 speed shifter than it is driving the ETS trucks, which are 16 speed. You're up the gears in no time at all, you know. Just feels more natural. I mean, although I did get mods for ETS too, 20 speed gearbox and things like that, but in the end it just was better setting it up as a 16, you know, in the settings of the game after some testing, you know. Well, it's more open this road, isn't it, you know? Either side, just nice hills. You know, I wish I could have took jobs on every one of them. But I couldn't find jobs to come up these roads, so I had to do this. Because what's nice is you go up the little offshoots, which I haven't been doing. And a lot of them are like little dirt tracks, you know, and they're nice, which I'm not seeing. Although I've seen one or two, like, but it adds to it. I think the best thing to do is probably choose small roads in the settings, you know, that will take you onto these roads, you know, rather than highways all the time. Yeah, I was playing ETS2 for quite a bit, uploading on that. Thought I'll have to better do some ATS. Then got the Team Reformer map. And thought, well, Mexico where we come, but I'm going to concentrate on these types of roads, hills and mountains. So that's the little series I've done. You can go through them and enjoy the views, or, you know, give a quick scan and say, oh, wouldn't mind having a go at that one. Yeah, I like to go through little themes of things. I might do you know, logging runs or something like that. Check out their farms. I've done one there with on ETS2 with the, you know, the biggest trailers and stuff, and how to set it up and what works best. But it's practically impossible to take. You know, there was like 95-ton jobs, which I was made up. Oh yeah, get that. I've attached it, and it's usually a crane sticking out the front. You can see the end of it over the cab. You know, I can imagine that now. But they're not geared with, you know, SES in mind. It's where they'll, if you took them jobs on, you'd have a pilot car and they'd give you a route that was compatible with the load you got on. But it's 8 in the morning, you couldn't even leave the depot sometimes. And that boom was just hitting trees, telegraph poles. It's just ridiculous, you couldn't move. That was a shame. I mean, it was alright if you go on the Trans-Siberian Truckway, you know, where it's pretty straight, boring road, and you probably wouldn't have that problem. But trying to go round roundabouts and you're hitting bloody lamps and everything, and it's like impossible to turn. So I worked out then the smallest load I could take, well, the heaviest, you know, which I did want to do, the 95 tonners, like, but I can't remember what it was now that I settled on. Maybe oh, I don't know, burnt out car there, look. Yeah, so that was a bit annoying. That was a bit like the Lechy truck I got, you know, for the modded one. Just a waste of time, because you can only go a certain distance in them, because there is no charging stations anywhere. So if you're on the road and you take a long job, you can't finish it. So, cause that's what I tried, and I thought, oh, I'll go to a services, it'll probably give me a new battery or something, because there's no charging stations, or it'll fix it or whatever. I just didn't do anything. Paid the money for the service and all. I was hoping to see, like, new battery or something. Nothing. So if you do get, although you can take jobs on, short jobs for the lecky ones, but if you do get the mod for it, then you have to just stick to a certain distance. Otherwise, forget it. And I actually got it because I was doing some small roads, as I was saying, and I like the sound effects of a night, and the crickets and all that, and the birds, nature in the small roads gives you, rather than the rattling engine. And that's why I done it, but I never stuck to it. No, I don't know what to move on to next. I did have East and West Canada as well, mods. Awful. Unfinished. There's all bloody sea either side of the road and all that. Terrible. Got a bit of Africa on ETS. Done all them bits and that. 1-to-1 maps. Yeah, once you've built your empire up, you've made your money, you've got all your workers making your money and everything. It's like you just do what you want, which is good. But then you get to a stage where, well, you've more or less done everything you need to do. So then you go, well, this is how I'm doing it, go through categories of stuff. Testing out trailers, engines and all this, that and the other. A little bit of variety, I'm taking a chance here. Oh, stupid, really. Oh, don't do that in real life. Yeah, plus I'm this is driving up great up hills because I've got no weight on the back. I'm in 7 low now and I'm powering up the hills. Nice little change here. But I do like seeing things that are not too polished, like roads and that. See, this road looks too clean, don't it, for this? I like the dirty trucks and that, although this one isn't. In the ETS too, but I have that and the dirty tyres and the graffiti and all that. I downloaded the emergency vehicles pack. Thought, oh, that looks good. But it's a bit like, they want to promote it, don't they? So they put too many on and they're too loud. It's like shouting at you, look, listen, look at me and listen to me. It's like, just give us them once every blue moon or something. Be a bit more subtle. A bit like the weather 4K I use. It wants to rain and be gloomy a lot because it wants to show off its features. But, I know you've got a slider, like, and you can put it down. I mean, if you just go to vanilla, everything's happy land, innit? Nice and bright. Yeah, it's like that brutal graphics once and just ridiculous. Again, misty like an enchanted forest or something. Oh, it's ridiculous. Not like for kids, I think. Like that thing. I like to try out the snowy moon and that. The graphics on that look fantastic. Can't afford it at the minute, like. Yeah, or I haven't got pro mods on this, although I could do, but I've never bothered. As I say, I've got that reformer maps. You know, and they're alright. This is what this is, you know, in Mexico. Mexico! Well, 1 3/4 of an hour to my end point. A nice little windy road. Yeah, just through the hills, you know, it's not too taxing. Much better with a job on, though. Yeah, and I wish I could get me Man CGX 6 XLL Euro truck in here with the windscreen. Windscreen goes right up. You see a lot more, you know. Brings a lot more light into the cab as well. So this hasn't been a bad cab, as you can see. Me yellow warnings on. That was it, because I'll have a load of damage. Yeah, it was here, coming here on the open road. What I was saying. I was just trying to get here quick. I was smashing into everything. Got a load of damage. And I wouldn't mind, I pulled up in a rest stop. And there was a services there, and I meant to bloody get all the jobs done before I left. I forgot, because I went downstairs doing a tea. Yeah, how you treat this? You could, like, well, treat it like this if it was for real. You know, keeping your distance, staying in the lanes. You know, you might get a lot out of doing it that way. And checking your mirrors when you turn, and your trailer's not coming into the other lanes and that, which sometimes happens. You know, like on tighter bends anyway, you know. But once you take your eye off the ball here, it's easy to go into something. You know, stay behind the other trucks, and I don't mind doing it now, because it was only a short run, you know. You know, it doesn't feel 100% like a vehicle, of course, you know. So if you're looking at that, his wheel on a tighter one, I can check my back there. I'm going out. I'm not over the yellow there, like. With a longer 45-foot trailer, some of them you're going over the edges of stuff and that, which you can't help. Shortness there's one there. But I don't think I'll bother stopping. get to the end of this and do it, I think. Now again, I don't know why, I think I'll go to bloody services while they're doing that. Yeah, see, there's them big mad bumps. You're there. Oh, not that bad. Gone. Repair all. Let me see, engine light was on with that. Truck damage. Repair all. Nothing's happening, staying up. I thought that would go down to nothing, actually. The engine light's still on. There it is. It is. What the hell's going on? Why is my engine light on if I've just repaired? I'm not getting this. It's something I'm not doing right here or what? I'll just get one wheel over it. Bum bum bum. There's a fast little truck in front. I've followed one of them before. Good to stay behind because they're not too slow. Although it is now, but it's a 50 mile an hour zone anyway. Or does that mean that's my top speed here or something? I don't know. Never worked that out. Nice little riverbed there. And cobbles. Take a chance. Well, that's... I can't understand that. Why the engine light's on? What's that all about? Yeah, on some of these mountain roads, you know, be too slow being stuck behind these trucks. Some of them have been a big long run, you know, and I've got past them just by sheer luck, really. You'd be forever trundling, looking at the back of a lorry. Bit boring, innit? Take another chance for you, look. I'm alright. Caught a little glimpse of the corner. Not that I need to rush, it's only 20 minutes away, but don't want to be looking at the back of a lorry, as I say. Yeah, well, that was slightly different again, you know, it's a little bit more open, hills. Nice little road, nice and clean. Not too challenging. Oh, I wish I'd remember the name of the one I got rid of. It'd just be too hard to try and work out which one it was. Well, thank you. Okay, 5:23. So obviously I've done these roads, you know what I mean? Well, let's pull over down here. Nice, innit? Mountain there in the distance. We'll go to the rest stop, I think. Isn't that beautiful? Whoop! What's going on here? Now. Was there a sign there? We're supposed to keep left or something? I've done that once in here. I should have been left. I'm gonna pull in here anyway. There's a gap. What is it? Like a police stop or something. Look at the rubbish here. Anyway, I hope you like that. We'll have a little look at them other little roads and finish up on them. See you there for a bit.